Funky.
Hey everybody, welcome back behind the bar. It's one of my favorite times of the review season, which is all the seasons. Is when Tree House releases a new beer. I go through these phases where I feel like I do a shit ton of Tree House, but I feel like I haven't really done anything in a long time. So let's dive right in. What beer do you ask? I'm glad you asked. Tree House dropped Curiosity 27 last Thursday. Or was it last Wednesday? Last Wednesday. My man Leo, amazing as always. Thank you, sir. Went and picked this up for me. This is Curiosity 27 American Double IPA coming in at 8.0% alcohol by volume. Curiosity 22 is one of my favorite beers Treehouse has ever done. So my top 15 beers of last year, it is up there for me with like the other IPAs that Treehouse has done with Green, with Julius. I mean, it's probably my favorite of the Curiosity series. That and 18 are by far my favorite. And I've had every Curiosity beer since 18. I was actually looking. I still have every can. So I am pumped to try this beer. So it's based off of Curiosity 22. It's kind of like a kicked up version of that is what they're saying, which that beer was a ton of Amarillo hops. So I'm assuming this is mostly the same from what I'm reading, but I didn't dive in and see what the hop bill was because I just wanted to dive in blind and see what was going on because it's been a bit since I've had a religious Treehouse experience. So that poured out very viscous. I just rinsed this glass out. Don't know if that played a role. But yeah, so like 3 fingers ahead. I didn't think I poured it that viscous, but I guess I did. It is that Treehouse. Holy shit. It is that just haze for freaking days. This looks like straight orange juice, guys. I mean, I don't know. I'm assuming that looks really dark on camera because there is no light getting through this at all. 0, 0, 0. I mean, it's got a dark center. So this is a huge haze. Yeah, let's dive in and see what it smells like. So just imagine that you went to the store and bought peaches and you let one sit around on the counter for a little too long. And it's just overripe, just like mushy, but like you open it up, it's just juice, just like protruding out, just like mushy, just like insane. That is what this smells like, just overripe peaches. But there's like bright fruits in there. There's like a tangerine note, maybe a little mango in there, some apricots for sure. But this is like this is one of the most peach forward beers I've smelled in a long time. It's almost like a juice explosion version of Heady Topper. Getting a little bit of that juicy fruit aspect of the Treehouse yeast. But this is peaches for days. Apricot, stone fruits. But like I said, it's not like a peach, like sweet candy. It's like overripe, like deep, like peach cobbler peach kind of thing. Not like cinnamon and all that, but just like that, like cooked down, like really mushy, like very like fragrant peach. And like I said, tangerines for sure. Like those little, like mandarin oranges, like, what are they called? Like, cuties, I think. Guys, this smells amazing. I'm not getting anything in the way of malts. Nothing in the way of booze. This is just a peach bomb. Amarillo hops for days. I don't usually get, excuse me, I guess in Curiosity 22, I went back and actually watched my review, and I did get a lot of orange and a lot of peach in that beer. So I'm getting a lot of peach in this one. Not a lot of orange. Maybe a little bit of like orange juice kind of orange, like sweet, sugary orange, but then like bright tangerine. Smells killer. Let's dive in, Leo. Thank you very much, sir. Cheers. Jesus. That is an explosion. That is crazy good. That is crazy good. I didn't bring it up. This was canned 11/2. So this is last Wednesday. Today's Monday, so it's like 4 or 5 days. Still young at heart. This is peaches, like biting into a peach. Peaches, like I love eating just like raw peaches, and it is just like biting into a peach in the middle of summer when they're like fresh. Like, oh, There's a little bit of throughout. There's a little bit of like there's a nice little bitterness to this beer. It's not just a pure juice explosion like something like King Julius. This has a bitterness to it. This has like that grapefruit rind, like orange peel kind of thing going around on the back end. Pininess, grassiness. Actually, it's fairly floral. But this, outside of those things, this is an explosion of peach, tangerine, apricots, but like legit juice. Not like, a lot of times you'll get like candied sweetness in some of these. I'm not getting it like a candy thing. This is like overripe fruit. This is so crushable. 8%, no booze. If I was going to attribute this to anything to anybody may have had, but I know that not a lot of people have had King Julius, but this reminds me of King Julius a lot. But it's got more bitterness to it. It definitely has like that grapefruit rind, orange peel, like core of an orange kind of thing. With a little bit of like pine needle, just a smidge to like within that, like kind of like that West Coast bitterness. And then, but with that juice explosion that is King Julius. So imagine that explosion of like oranges and mangoes and all of that, and grapefruit. And this is like a peach kind of version of that. It is like really juicy. It's creamy mouthfeel. Man, this is so good. Wow. From a mouthfeel standpoint, like I already said, it is creamy. From a malt bill standpoint, really none to speak of. There's a little bit of like a little bit of dustiness, a little bit of that just kind of like crackery note. Underlying just a smidge at the end, if I'm really searching for it, it's there. It's kind of what my aftertaste is a little bit, that and the bitterness. And it just kind of sits there really subtly. Not an overly sweet beer. I mean, it's sweet, but everything, the bitterness and everything balances it out. I will say I've had this can sitting out for about 25 minutes before I drank it. This is freaking killer, guys. I mean, this is top shelf Treehouse good. This is one of the best Treehouse beers I've had this year. It is... I don't know. I don't know if I let the hype get to me. I'll be honest. I'll talk about this for a minute. It's been a fun banter, but Joe from Giles Arcade and his beer reviews over there, we've been going back, and he said in his first canning line double IPA video that he thought Monkish was his top #1 hoppy brewery now. And while that beer he reviewed and started to not give it 100 and then gave it 100, I've had... And I have not had a Monkish beer that blew me away. I've had some really freaking good ones, like 98s, 99s, what I would give on my scale. But I haven't had that just like eye-opening experience. And that's what I just had with this beer. This beer is 100 for me. And I'm starting to wonder if my Treehouse like fanboyism is getting to me, but I just like, this is the style I prefer. This is what I prefer. But in fairness though, as far as like Monkish's huge hits, I haven't had any of those. So that's probably what it is for me. I mean, I would say they're right there with Treehouse. So it's not this conversation was not a diss to Monkish at all, because I admire their brewery. They're fucking crushing it. For only having done this for 5 or 6, 7 months, it's insane what they're putting out of that brewery. This is one of my favorite double IPAs ever. End of sentence. I like this better than Haze, and that's 100 for me. So this is 100 for me. This is right up there with King Julius for me. This is this my favorite Curiosity beer? It might be. It might be. This and 22 are right there neck and neck. I can still, like, as soon as I took that first sip, just like flooded back to me everything I thought about 22. Helped that I'd watched my review over the weekend, but freaking ridiculous beer, guys. Just ridiculous. 100 out of 100 for me. Straight peach juice bomb. I wish I had more of these. I wish I had cases of this, but I don't, alas. Alas, laddie. We'll leave it there, guys. 100 out of 100. Behind the bar, final score. Boom, in the book. I don't know what that means. Changes coming to the channel soon. I meant to bring it up in my last video, which I might post these out of order. The last video I actually recorded was Morning Wood, but this might get posted before that, because hoppy beers, it's fresh. People can still trade for it. I'll try to get this video out soon. I am going to make some changes coming up. It has been decided for a lot of reasons. I'm kind of tired of fighting with myself on ratings for beers. People like to get more intricate and give pluses and minuses, or even just like define their grades and, 9.5s, 4.75s based on Untapped. I started this, my first couple reviews I did like Beer Geek Nation does, and did like A plus, A minus. And I'm going to add a little bit of twist to that because I think when you get into the A+ range, it's for me the hardest part is deciding what's between a 97 and 99. I pretty much always know when a beer is 100 for me. It usually blows me away. And that I'm going to let know. I'm not going to just say it's an A+ and you have to guess if like it's the best of the best of the best, because I'm still going to tell you that. But I think I'm going to go back to that scale because I think it's more fair to myself, to breweries as well, because I think a percentage point's nitpicking. Even A- to A+ like is nitpicking, and I'm sure you'll see me go, oh, this is like an A- A+ beer. I'm still going to do it, but it's just, I think it gives a little bit more gray area that in craft beer is allowable because everybody's tastes are different. Somebody's going to drink this, and I've been on Untapped. I see Untapped every time I check into a beer. People disagree with me, and that's great. That's the point of this. None of us are wrong. When somebody tells me I'm wrong in a review, I just want to flip them off because I'm not wrong. It's what I got from a beer. Sorry. There's people that have come out against Joe and I for our Never and Again. It's not a bad beer. You guys don't know what you're talking about. Well, that's what we got out of it. So, just shove it up your ass. I really don't care because that's the point of this. Everybody's taste buds are different. What you taste and what I taste are completely different, and that is the greatest part about this. That's why I love bottle shares and just hearing what everybody's sharing in beers. It's amazing. So that's what this is all about. So I'm kind of going to go back to a little grayer scale. I hope you guys are okay with that because I'm kind of sick of it. I really am, because when I see people really try and dig down a half point here, a quarter point there, I just like, come on, it's not, none of us are right. It's completely subjective. So I'm going to keep it a little bit more gray. So I'm going to be going back to that. I will give final details in a video I'm going to be releasing in the next probably 3 days. I'm waiting. I've ordered my boxes to ship my glasses and the openers. I have them actually all packed up and ready to go. So we are like days away from starting to sell these things. So I'm going to release a video just for that, where I talk about the glasses, show them, the openers, show them, and then give you the info in the description to be able to pay. So it's just going to be my PayPal account, and I'm keeping it simple. Price will include shipping, domestic, Continental 48, and it'll be simple. So there'll be a video coming on that. Plus, I'll give a little bit more detail on the rating scale. It's really simple. It's basically everything I just said. But this would be an A+, and it would be what I would call perfection. There's nothing I would change about this beer. Mouthfeel's on point. It's amazing. So anyways, thanks for coming behind the bar, guys. Sorry for the ramble at the end. Thanks for the likes, subscribes, and comments. Until next time, cheers.